What it do, y'all? This your boy King Ed the Great, and you're not tuned in at a special episode of 290, sponsored by Da Vinci Clothing and Buddy Boy Entertainment. I got my man T-Match with the facts coming on. We're going to have to work out something different here.
What it do, King? Thursday night flight, all OTC and a place to be. Shout out to our co-host in spirit, a lot of Sandman and Lady Chinchilla, so Illa from Texas. And yeah, man, we 10 away. And we starting this last 10 on a march to 300 in a major way like E40 say out in the Bay. King, tell our guests, who we got tonight, man. We got a legend.
Man, let me tell y'all something. This guy right here is a key vital vessel to what made that Death Row record machine pop off in the early 90s. We talking about the Chronic, Doggystyle. His instinctive voice is felt on a lot of these classic projects. One of the original Death Row inmates, and he's still putting in work right now, almost 30-something years later. So, without further ado, I'm going to try to get him on the line right now because we got to do it a different way, do the blog talk acting up. We're going to bring RBX on the line. If we could get him right here. We're going to try to get him. RBX, you there, brother?
Yeah, what up?
What's good, man?
What it do, X? What it do?
Focus on these concepts and listen to these beats and keep everything accurate.
Yeah, I got my co-host with me, man. T-Max with the facts, man.
Hey, man. What's your...
My name is Eric, man. We host Off the Cuff Radio together. We the dynamic duo.
Eric.
Yes, sir. We the dynamic duo of this, brother. We glad to have you on.
All good.
Definitely. What's going on?
We're trying to get back active. We back out here doing our thing with the bars and whatnot. Hold on a second.
All right.
All right, take your time.
Yeah, we just trying to get back out here with the music and whatnot. The industry, I was just sitting back watching things for a hot second. You understand me, keeping my folks on the street, and it seems like the music started getting back to that boom back stuff that we was used to. The authentic hip hop sound, that rugged raw. So I was like, well, shit, let me do my thing then, because the mumble style. They was doing really well my thing. I really couldn't do nothing with that. But now that we could get back over to some real rapping, I'm like, okay, so now we popping.
Definitely, man. And I mean, X, you, in terms of that West Coast resurgence, in terms of, really after Dre, came with the Chronic in 1992, I mean, you, Snoop, Rage, Daz, Corrupt, I mean, did y'all have any idea, what was coming in terms of when, when the Chronic album dropped? Did y'all know that album was going to be, what it was? And not only that level, but also when you made your kick in the door interest on High Power, we said step in, execution style murders. I have no remorse because I'm the fucking murderer. Haven't you ever heard of a killer? Then boom, I drop bombs like Hiroshima.
Right. Well, I didn't know. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I thought it was dope as fuck, and I know it was Dr. Dre, so I do do know the legacy. I did know what I was, kind of dealing with, where I had never been on a record um, like that before. I mean, I probably recorded myself and heard myself, with the homies and whatnot. But as far as that goes, I did know. But DLC knew. I had a conversation with him, like, probably 2 weeks before the record came out. And I was like, OC was like, no, he was telling me what I think was going to do. And I was like, man, maybe platinum or 2. He said, man, like 5. I thought 5 was just way far-fetched, but I didn't never doubt it.
I mean, but when you look at it, man, for that time, of course, we always talk about on this show, of course, NWA from '88, really, because there were, of course, going back to the days with Toddy T and all those guys, Ice-T, years before NWA. But NWA had opened up that lane for the West Coast with Straight Outta Compton in terms of really bringing it on an international scale, which would, of course, bring Ice Cube's solo projects, Compton's Most Wanted, King T, DJ Quick, so many others, that were going to come behind that movement. And, you all just added on to the legacy. But before all of that, what was it like for you in terms of your inspirations, your introduction to hip-hop, and I mean, more importantly, where you're from. We want our listeners, we want to do justice to you and to our listeners by letting you tell it all from the beginning, where the genesis of the genius that is the narrator.
I was born in Long Beach, and
LBC.
we right from Compton. Maybe ain't it rain. So we right down the street from Compton. We don't consider ourselves Compton because it's not our city. But like if you go right next door, you're gonna be. You go past Artesia. Once you go past Artesia, you in Long Beach. They consider it North Long Beach, but that's Long Beach. So I came from there. Was raised up in Long Beach. Mom's went to Chicago for a little while, so I stayed in Chicago for like 7 years, and then the Greens and being in Inglewood, Illinois though, not Inglewood, California, and it's spelled with an E. And
E-N-G-L-E-W. Yes, sir. Right.
So we went from there. Then we left Chicago, and we kind of went up a little further to like Waukegan, Milwaukee area. And then Mom was like, okay, she's tired of the Illinois thing. Let's go ahead and shoot back to Cap. So that's kind of where I got a little diversified at, because I was able to see different things, me being an impressionable youngster at that time, then leaving California, then leaving, going to Chicago, and going up to Milwaukee, seeing how different cats got down, and then leaving there, going back to Cali, right when the gang banging was about to pop off. So I was kind of influenced by all of that, because that was my surroundings at the time. The rap thing came in as I got older and got to high school. One of the homies came down from Mount Vernon. He was in New York. He came to Long Beach and staying with Pop, but he was from Mount Vernon, and he brought about 20 tapes with him, and we used to just smoke herb and just listen to the tapes all day. The Coke Rush, Easy E, and the Majestic, and the whole aura. So that's when I got a grasp force on real hip hop, not what you hearing, here and there, but the real essence of 2 turntables, catch the break beat, with the routines, the whole thing. Not to mention the graffiti, and we were kind of involved with the breaking. I was kind of playing football at the time, so I wasn't really a good break dancer. So Dre, and the rest is pretty much history.
Hey, you know what, man? You have a very style, man. It's like who inspired that?
I think what inspired that is that I don't be liking when brothers sounding like other brothers. Jack, that don't do it for me. Like if you're gonna be an MC, man, you gotta find your niche. You gotta find your own sound, your own thing. You know, I can name a few brothers that when I hear them come on, as soon as I hear them, I know it's them. And it's a few a handful like the new cats. I can't tell who was that. Like who was that? They all got they got the same little cadence and style. So I think just me being an old school MC and talk the rules the right way, like don't bite rhymes. The MC rules don't bite rhymes. You don't bite styles.
Right.
And concepts. You don't bite niggas. You don't bite. No kind of bite. Bite. So that's how I was taught, and that's what I always like. Okay, I'm gonna listen to the cats, I'm listening to MCs. Okay, they approaching it right here, they dropping they words right here, they punchlines right here. I'm twisted. I'm gonna do it like this right here. And plus, I just do what's natural to me. I know it's all my voice. I don't sound like nobody already, so I might as well not be trying to rhyme like nobody.
And that's a very distinct, because, you were coming up in that time because there were some other guys, I think you heard of them, Snoop, Nate Dogg, Warren G, and they had a group called 213 out in Long Beach, I would assume around that same time.
Oh, wow. With all that jump, from the first inception of the jump.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
I
man.
was right there. So that's how it happened. It was back like I was at mom's house. I'd see Snoop would be at the spot over here, be down the way at the Homies T-Way spot. And they go grab a 40 and I pull up and we drink for 40, but I'm not really a drinker, so I have a couple sips and I'm already sloppy. And hit me a couple of times, whatnot. And then, someone come on. I already knew Nate was stupid, but I didn't know he was stupid like that. Like,
right.
We loved him. We already knew he was the shit, but what we didn't know is how the world would accept him. Like, and Nate was like, I'm gonna, I gotta get my thing out here. I'm in a situation where, I'm with Dr. Dre and we doing this Chronic record, but all the limelight is pretty much geared toward the rapper. You know what I mean? It wasn't. So when Nate got his chance he was like, man, I'm gonna come blazing. I'm like, you better blaze, Jack. I remember having conversations. Like, thinking, when we get an opportunity, go in there and do your action, do your thing. When I get a chance I'm gonna knock shit down. And he knocks shit down. And then he kept knocking shit down. And he knocked it down with Luda. And he knocked over here. And he was knocking over there. And I'm like, well, goddamn it, keep on knocking, Nate.
And it's crazy, X, because when you're looking at that time, because this is roughly around, because, the Chronic came out in late 1992. So we're roughly looking at about maybe a 2 or 3 year period of all of you doing this before the album actually drops. So basically, and I can hear the enthusiasm, the passion, just the joyful reminiscing of it all. It's like y'all were never concerned about how y'all were going to get the music out. It was more like just a matter of when everybody was going to hear it.
Yeah, I think the problem they had at that time, Death Row, as a label, the good problem they had is they had a bunch of hot artists on different levels. They could reach out on just up to them as business entities to figure out which direction they wanted to go in. Would it be more of a commercial approach, with the Snoop viability? Would it be like on the dark edge, sinister tip, which was my thing? You think the late smoothed out R&B with Warren G and Nate Dogg? We got Lady Array, we got the sister over here doing her thing. So it was just whatever road you choose to pick, you're gonna be all right. The real problem with that was the production. We wanted the production to be utmost. And if one individual is producing that, that's a lot of work.
Right.
Especially with Dre.
Come on, man, that's a lot of work for all you got all high artists, and you want to outdo yourself every time, and you got to do 15 joints for 5 artists. Well, shit, that's a lot of hits you got to create. You got to be in your creative juices on that there. You dig? So, plus, as a label, when it hit, you had to see what was working, what thing you had that was going on that was working, and kind of stick with that, because that was the whole business. The whole purpose of a business is to make money, and if you got something that everybody is feeling and saying like that's the thing to do, then that's what you want to keep doing.
So what were your
Right.
favorite parts about being a part of the Death Row time period? Was it when y'all was putting together the Chronic Doggystyle era? Like, what memorable moments do you have of that?
There's a bunch of memorable moments, but I would say the one that really shook me to the core, really had me thinking like, damn. And I woke up the next morning thinking about it when the record got released. We have been working on a record for so long that we used to hearing it, so I'm used to hearing certain songs and whatnot. But I was with the homegirl one day, and we went out to the beach, and every car that we pulled up on was bumping the Chronic. And I was just like dumbfounded, like every car. I mean, I didn't hear nothing else. The store was closed. Everything was shut down. Only rap was coming up out of there. You're going to hear Snoop. You're going to hear Dre rapping. You're going to hear some DLC talking on the skits and whatnot. The whole thing. And I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. And when you go into Venice Beach, the traffic hits like way back by the freeway. So you gotta drive real slow all the way up to the beach. You probably won't find a parking spot, but drag the strip and do the whole thing. And then all I heard was Chronic, and I was just like dumbfounded, like that's the most memorable thing right there that had me kind of shook up.
That's the organic feel of what it was back that time. We used to see people bumping the music instead of it being digital and you just seeing numbers. It was like you see and feel the street presence.
Yeah, it was all the industries, and the crazy thing is nobody knew who I was. So I could just go. I wasn't tripping though. That ain't never really been my thing. That ain't been my shtick. You understand me? I like to move and groove. So we out and about, like I said, I was with the hunger. We jumped out the bar. We all up and down the catwalk. And I'm hearing people with their boom box, they bumping, and I hear me, and I kind of want to tell them, that's me, homie, right there. That shit sounds good, but they gonna probably look at me like I'm crazy. So I just look at them like, damn. What you gonna do, damn? And it's a 7 execution, like, and I'm like, get on each other, homie. They break it, shit hard. So what am I supposed to do? That's your hard. That's me right there. And then you can do. I just keep it walking and smile and be like, wow, that's crazy. Nobody knows who I am. They bump me, but they don't know who the fuck I am.
You know, and that's a wild thing, X, because, I think for the genius of any artist who makes, I mean, it's one thing to have a genius factor, but to be on an album that would literally change the landscape of hip hop forever as we knew it, because the Chronic was a watershed moment. You're talking about an album that from east to west coast, down bottom, all over was getting play. I mean, G Thing drops on Rap City and Yo MTV Raps, and this just totally like takes over well into the mid 1993 because there's still, of course, Let Me Ride, those videos, coming after that. I mean, this is like you all brought something in that will revolutionize it.
I was, man. Yeah, I was just saying, I was so naive while all that was going on. And I was sitting back ironing my clothes one day, and MTV came on, and her Lodo started talking about the Chronic, and I'm sitting there listening to him, and he was like, this album is on fire. We've never heard that like this before. These artists that are affiliated with this record is groundbreaking and provocative. And I'm thinking, man, who are you talking about? I know I'm on the record, but I mean, you talking about all of us as a collective unit, like this Chronic record is just doing something that ain't never been done. And I'm like, what? Went on back to iron my clothes.
But you know what? There's always that rare occasion where you catch lightning in a bottle, because of course this is Dre leaving Ruthless. Essentially, this was basically his first act. You could say this was his first act as a solo artist. So he's trying to put all this together. And I mean, who knew this would be like the Showtime and the Bulls put together? I mean, he had, you all were an all-star ensemble, So once the record is solidified as a classic, what was the climate around there? Understanding that where you all were anonymous, because of course Snoop was the only one who had actually had some notoriety as a new artist because he did a deep cover soundtrack that summer. But the rest of you all were, new to the game, so the celebrity, was slowly beginning to grow with all of you. What was it like? How did life change for you, Rage, the Dog Pound, everybody, after it really hit in terms of, okay, now we're a real force, all in really a matter of months?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I felt it coming, I guess, but I refuse to let go of my anonymity, if you will. I refuse to let go of my keep it 100, if you will. I refuse to just be let too much air get up under my wings and just fly me off somewhere where I didn't want to go. I was like, okay, so I'm going to just be 100 that I can possibly be all the damn time, sometimes to a fault. But it did hit, but due to the fact that my face wasn't seen, the strange thing about me is I don't get busted if I go into a place and I shut my mouth. I don't say shit. I'm being right on in. The minute I start talking, somebody's going to be like, that's RBX. So.
They be like, oh, yeah, that's the guy for the Chronic album.
That's what I have, right? That's what I kind of had going on for myself, is that everybody knew my voice. They didn't know my face, because I wasn't, all in the video dancing. I wasn't out there like that. Dre called me. Yeah. I'll put my work in, you understand? And if I got to stand around the studio, I hang out. If I don't, I'll bounce. So I wasn't so seen. They didn't know how I looked, so, which means I could move and groove. And if you didn't know me, you didn't know me.
Now, you know the
Definitely.
success is going on, and Doggy, the Chronic pops off, and then Snoop comes around with Doggystyle. And what people don't know is, think of like how Drake was when he was blowing up, and think of how when 50 was when he blew up. Snoop was a monster. I remember when that album dropped, everybody, including white kids, was flooding those stores to buy those tapes and buy those CDs. Do you care to tell people like how impactful Snoop Dogg was at that time?
Did I know?
No, I mean, do you care like describe that energy that was when he just released when he released Doggystyle?
It was. I mean, I kind of knew it, but I was kind of like so bogged down in studio and what we were doing that I really wasn't really tripping. I mean, I would watch TV and I knew Snoop was doing his thing, but he was always just my little cousin, you know.
Right.
I never was like, oh my God. If there was a time when we were younger, when I first started seeing him do it, and I get super turned up when I see him on TV, because that's my little cousin. But then, as we get older, you get to the point where I wouldn't say numb to it, but you're like, oh, that's just Snoopy doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I see him doing this thing, oh, that's Snoopy doing this thing. I see him on a commercial, yada, yada. I watch my favorite sports show. That's Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. And I be watching, and then Snoop went on one day and turned Skip to Drip, changed his name to Drip Bayless, and the whole nine. So I was used to him doing that. You did that was his thing.
Mhm.
That's still kind of repeat his thing. But I know that with all of that though, and with all this success, I really couldn't expect him to do anything but to be my cousin. It's up to me to get my bars right, get my music right, get my persona and my ideas right. So that's when I slipped to the side and would start doing my thing. I mean, it might have got taken the wrong way because I wasn't really communicating. And I know communication is the key to success. If I probably would have conveyed or manifested that to certain individuals, but I ain't saying nothing. I just fell back like, okay, well, I'm gonna let brother do their thing, and I'm gonna take care of Granny over here, and then I'm gonna focus on getting a new sound and reinventing RBX and just be up out of the limelight for a second. So that's what I did.
Definitely. Now, what did you learn about the business during that time? Because this is not a situation where y'all are youngsters, like, who are just trying. I mean, you all are legitimate stars now. So obviously, as your status changes, the business aspects of it are elevated. During that time, what was the business aspect like of just learning the ins and outs in terms of just how the day-to-day affairs are conducted in terms of making sure paperwork's right, studio time, deadlines, just advertising, everything that goes into making sure that a project comes to fruition as being a classic?
Well, when it all happened and things kind of went sideways for me, with the Warner Brother thing going sour, and I was at Aftermath. I was there to help Dre jump the Aftermath thing on. So other things, I was kind of disenchanted with the music, but not on the creative tip, just frustrated with I had to get up to speed on a lot of stuff. What I think a blessing was me being forced to be able to, or being forced to have to push my CDs on the block. Okay, so now me pushing my CDs on the block and learning how to get the product. Now, before I was just an artist. You dig? Dre would call me to the studio, or I would go to the studio and I would drop a version and I'd be done with it. That was pretty much it. Me putting the music on the block. Now you have to learn how to get the front cover done, the back cover done, jewel case, small case. How many you gonna get? You gotta know how to walk into an establishment and present yourself in a presentable way so that you can sell your product. And if you
in terms of consignment, correct?